New York is working on a way for literally illegals to
Not in
vote.
not in federal elections.
Well, I don't know
They're
how it's going to work.
working
Oh yeah, yeah, no, no, I'm sorry. It is, what is it? Not municipal.
municipal and state, I believe,
Yeah,
but it
yeah,
might
yeah.
actually be just
Not
municipal.
federal. My bad,
No,
my bad. But
I think
still,
I think it is, I think it is just municipal, which I
regardless,
mean,
it's still problematic.
it's very problematic, but it's problematic for New York. I don't live in New York. I don't give a shit.
No, but
If they
eventually
want
those
to,
people are gonna move to other places when they get tired of it. And you know what the
but they
fucking
can't. But they can't vote then.
no, no, no. I'm not talking about the people.
Oh, you mean the people
I'm
from?
talking the people who literally live there and they're voting for this and they don't understand what they're voting for just
It's. I
because
don't
it's
think it's going to pass.
no.
I don't think it's going to
I
because,
don't know, but still, it's just
well, who cares? So they can vote for mayor of New York, who's already a Democrat.
well,
Who
no,
gives a
that's what
shit?
I'm saying. So when you get the people who live there and they decide to leave because it's gotten so bad, they still take that stupid same mindset with them, and then they vote for dumb policies where they move to. That Texas is seeing that.
Yeah, but I think if you think long term here, so like we've seen this, the flight from California. I mean,
It's
I think it's going to take a while. But first of all, not everybody who leaves, like let's look at that example. You know, Ben Shapiro left California. He was already voting Republican. Most of the people who left were already right leaning.
but it
I
also it took a while for them to leave. Like
Well,
they didn't
right,
just
because
like
it
pick
was
up.
the benefits of living in California were tolerable up to a certain point.
Yeah.
And I get it. I totally get it. But business is going to leave eventually, and then the state will, things correct themselves over time.
Dude, I would move for the perfect weather.
I mean, a lot of people stuck around for the weather, and then even more people are sticking around because they literally can't afford to leave. But frankly, I think if you want to be a real sneaky son of a bitch, and you want to get more voters into you want to get more red voters into a state, you find some way to like pay for them to move,
Yeah, definitely. Because if they don't have to pay for that, and then they get to move somewhere with nicer weather, they're like, okay, yeah, sure.
or better jobs,
Yeah,
cheaper living conditions. Like I think the biggest states were Florida, Texas, and Tennessee
you
that
know,
saw.
California right now, like I don't understand Gavin Newsom. I mean, I do understand him because he's trying to retain power, and then like this is all a grab for power, in my opinion. Like I don't know what they're working towards, but it's not good. And I'm not
Well,
going to say the
here's
Republicans aren't involved either, because I mean, what's been done about all this shit so far? You know, like they just keep letting the Americans get steamrolled.
Bill, it's like Lewis Black said back in 2000, I believe.
We have a two-party system. The Democratic Party, which is a party of no ideas, and the Republican Party, which is a party of bad ideas. And the way it works is the Republican stands up in Congress and goes, I got a really bad idea. And the Democrat says, and I can make it shittier.
The Republicans are mostly reactionary, let's be real, which is kind of a byproduct of conservatism, period. But that's what a lot of, including people like Dan Crenshaw, Ron DeSantis, even.
Oh,
There's
Dan
other.
Crenshaw, he's a phony.
Let me finish.
I don't
Vivek
like
said
him.
this too. Is the big, and Ben Shapiro said it too. Although I don't think Ben quite knows how to reach the youth as much as he thinks he does.
How do you do, fellow kids?
But they and many others have all said the Republican Party has a big issue, and that's that they cannot reach out to new voters because they don't know how to sell the conservative viewpoint to young people, because I don't think they know how. The fact that so many Republican candidates who are in, like, for example, so many Republican candidates that live in heavily Hispanic areas, they don't even do their campaign ads in Spanish. What the fuck are you thinking? Who else do you think they're going to vote for?
The people that they can understand, because they're saying nice things.
Well,
Instead
but here's
of saying,
the problem.
Hey, are you tired of the Democrats taking your tax dollars?
Well, so here's the biggest problem, and I can't like I think it was the second debate. They had the one, I forget her name, the one anchor from Univision, the Spanish speaking network. I saw her on another broadcast, and thank God the place had closed captions on, because my Spanish is okay, but it's not fluent. And they had a spin on the news they were saying. They definitely have a spin on it. Now, if you only speak Spanish, or at least are most comfortable speaking Spanish, guess where you're going to get your news? And guess whose campaign ads are not going to play on that network? because they're not thinking about it.
I mean, kind of like YouTube.
Well, I'll put it to you this way. I saw two Joe Biden, when we were sitting in this restaurant and Univision was on, I saw a Joe Biden ad and then some mayoral candidate, not mayoral candidate, some other, I think, congressional candidate. The ads had two things in common. They were both in Spanish and they were both for Democrats.